Hey everyone, Mtashed here, and I just finished up the biggest stream of my life, 12 and a half hours of Destiny 2, and it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. There are some obvious issues with the game, something I'd like to see fixed, but there was a lot of positives, and I personally enjoy this more than Destiny 1. I enjoy the gun skill involved with it. There were a lot of situations where I was dueling someone and came out on top with my strafing, or, situations where my team was fantastic at team shotting and we absolutely dominated the opponents. I really like that because I'm a Halo guy. But even if you're not a Halo guy, I think Destiny still feels like Destiny. There are still some cool movements and abilities you can use, and the gunplay felt very familiar. Now, some of the guns take a little bit longer to kill. A hand cannon might be a 4 or 5 shot kill, depending on how you land your shots. A pulse rifle might be a 4 or 5 burst. The time to kill has definitely dropped down, but I believe that just adds more opportunities for you to duel, to strafe someone, to come out on top because you are better with gun skill. And I'm all for it, personally. I'm definitely into that. But I recognize this game is definitely going to be a learning curve for a lot of people. It plays very differently. The classes handle very differently. You need to recognize that abilities are so weak now that in most situations you have to land 2 or 3 shots into someone before a grenade will even kill him. A throwing knife, you got to land 2 or 3 shots before that throwing knife will kill him, even if you hit him in the head. Your melees, they do almost nothing. So your spacing in this game and, honestly, your whole movement around the map is different. I've caught myself when I was playing Warlock running in and trying to melee a lot of people, and I got killed multiple times because I kept forgetting, oh right, it takes 3 melees to kill someone, and I can't close the gap as quickly, and there's just a lot of situations where you're going to find yourself playing into bad habits from Destiny 1, and you'll need to just adjust to those, but that will happen over time. I know many people are wanting me to go over what weapons I'm using, the primary, the secondary, my sniper, etc., how I'm, doing my class builds, but I'm going to do that in another video, maybe tomorrow or the next day. Right now, I just want to focus on how I felt the classes performed, and maybe some classes you might want to check out going forward into the second day, or your first day if you're on the Xbox. I personally think that the Golden Gun is the best class in the game. Everything about the Golden Gun for me is amazing. The throwing knife I find very useful in a lot of situations. It has kind of an AoE explosion on it, which is cool, and you can actually throw it at a wall as someone's coming around the wall, and it'll damage them. So you can use it to zone a little bit. The swarm grenade, in my opinion, is the best grenade for the Golden Gun. It's so good. You throw down the swarm grenade on the point or on the heavy, and everyone's zoned from it for like 5 seconds, and in a lot of situations, you can use it quite aggressively, and it seems to do quite a bit of damage. It's very aggressive tracking, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the Swarm Grenade in Destiny 2. I find the super, while it runs out very quickly, if you use it properly, you can get some dirty plays with it. I have, I think, 3 breakers, or lights out is what it's called in this game, with the Golden Gun super. So it's definitely able to slay, but you got to use it at a good time. And I find with the, adding the Shade Step in, you got a damn good class. Like, I'm talking Golden Gun is a top tier class. I'm going to have a very tough time playing anything else or wanting to play something else because it just has everything I like in a class. It's got great jumping. It's got cool abilities. I love it. Now, the Arc Strider, on the other hand, I find extremely underwhelming. I don't like the Arc Strider. I think they need to buff it. I mean, maybe not buff it. I obviously need to practice with it, and there's going to be some changes once, the beta's out, or I guess finished. They're going to obviously change things in this game. Nothing is set in stone, but Arc Strider is just a little bit too slow for me. It doesn't close the gap very well, and I find when you use your staff, you don't lunge very far. Like, I was trying to spam it on people. I was trying to chase people down, and I just couldn't close the gap, and maybe that's my issue. Maybe you're not supposed to spam it because it actually slows you down. But I have heard from other players that it just doesn't feel very good, it's not super powerful overall, and I've actually seen multiple people asking for buffs for that. Now, jumping in on the Titan, I think the Sentinel Titan is fantastic. It was a lot of fun to use. I really like the super. I like that you can throw your shield. I think once you can unlock double shield throw, because in your, I guess the other skill tree, you can throw 2 shields, it'll be the go-to super for Sentinel. Or for Titan, I guess. I can't see myself playing Striker Titan when Sentinel is available. I just don't see a lot of value in the Striker Titan when you can compare it to the Sentinel, because the Sentinel has 2 ranged attacks now, and it's got the same dashing shoulder charge as the Striker Titan. Yes, the Striker Titan has some AoE with his super, but I think the Sentinel overall, once you can fully build it, will be the go-to Titan class. Striker is still fantastic, though. It's got a shoulder charge, it's got really good dash abilities, it's fast, it's got good grenades. Striker is great overall, but I think Sentinel just kind of tops it. And finally, onto the Warlock classes. I personally like Voidwalker better. Dawnblade is fantastic. Dawnblade has the Twilight Garrison dash in the air, which was very strong. I used it in multiple situations to, get away or aggress on someone. The melee, I mean, typical Warlock melee, the grenades are okay. But I found the super of the Dawnblade kind of annoying or frustrating to use. I found in a lot of situations it seemed like I was aimed right at the guy and it didn't kill him. Or I'd be trying to aim at someone at a distance and it would just, you'd throw the sword and it would just dive into the ground. At a range, it was so hard to aim. And obviously, I need to practice with it more. Maybe when I'm perfect with it, I'll be able to dominate. But when I was playing, I really liked the Voidwalker. I thought the Voidwalker had some... I mean, Axion Bolt is a great grenade, but I thought the super was really good. Even though it's slow, I found myself getting a lot of triple kills with it, where I'd jump in the zone, there'd be a bunch of those Titan shields down, I'd throw down my Nova Bomb, and then it blows up, and then these kind of big Axion bolts chase around and kill people. So, I don't know, it seemed like it was a very disruptive super, it seemed very strong to me. I liked the Voidwalker. That's pretty much it. That's kind of my views on the classes. Obviously, this is very early on. It's too early to tell what the best builds are and what's good and what's bad and what needs changing. But for right now, I'm very happy with the beta. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.